Alrighty, give me a second. Give it a second. And we are live on the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me, none other, is my co-host, Avira.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You, honestly though, what the frick happened to you? You're a freaking spider doggo.
What was... What?
That was a train.
Choo choo. Choo choo.
Seriously, who? You can't be serious.
Choo choo.
This reminds me from my cousin Vinny scene.
Honestly, I think the timing of it was just basically. Why did you have to steal his thunder? Why? Oh well.
I like trains.
So, joining up next on the show, Orion.
Yo.
I mean, you did a bang up job when I was gone.
Yeah, that was relatively straightforward, to be honest. Wasn't too difficult.
Not too bad though. Once again, big thanks for filling in my shoes.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Next up on the show, Malagos.
Hey everyone.
And oh my goodness, what the frick happened to Cord?
Hi.
Hi. It's been a long time since we've had you on the show.
Oh, doing my normal thing, raising kittens and stuff.
I mean, it's great. You've been having that sort of life, and I know you've really wanted to be back on. That's why we thought of you.
Aww.
Now, for those who didn't know, we once had Cord as a special guest, but because you finally came back to the group, and so on, you lose that status permanently until you decide to leave the group.
Yay!
Sorry, but them's the rules. But yeah.
I already know I'm special.
More.
No. Cord Kitty's just an ordinary kitty.
Meow.
I'm an extraordinary kitty, right?
Yep.
So, shall we begin then? Onto the show. See, there has been one movie that's been making so much waves because of what was purportedly in the movie, and it's called The Joker. You guys know what's been happening with the movie?
Yeah. Yeah,
About
about how...
the Joker controversy, U.S. Army sends out warning about incels.
Of course, people on the left are going to hate it because they're going to find something wrong with it. As per the usual. Basically, they're afraid that incels or white will relate too much to the Joker because he's all depressed and went crazy, and they think it's going to lead to violence.
It's going to radicalize these white men to become shooters, they say.
Because of the
gamers rise up.
Like, what?
Yeah,
Does everyone know exactly why the Aurora shooting happened, right? The guy, he propped the door open and then he got the stuff out of his car. So the moral of the story is if someone tries to prop the door open, you close the door!
But was he a fan of the Joker before that?
Well, you could tell by his hair, yeah.
It all makes sense.
Well, that wasn't a secret. Like, everyone knew it. Like, the freaking crazy hair and all that. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's really the case. But
like, yeah, if there's anybody who's orange, you just don't want to trust him.
We're looking at somebody here with a fursuit who's hanging upside down.
Well then.
Don't
Moving
trust the
Okay.
orange ones. They're planning something.
You know what?
It's like the Brady
What's
Bunch.
the wrong thing here is that they're calling for gun control.
Right.
Because of a
right.
movie.
No, but I mean, no.
I'm all for gun control. As long as I get to control your guns, I'm good.
No, but the thing is, what happens when you
Declaration.
have a gun-free zone?
In a movie theater, no less.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the problem is they think that this movie is appealing to white incels, as they call them, because
And
the Joker is depressed and he lives like with his mom, and he went crazy and nihilistic because he's all depressed, and they're somehow relating that to mass shootings that happened in the past. How?
right.
Yeah, the thing is though, I don't see the solution, like, to like further alienating, like, these incels. I don't think that's going to work. That's just
There
going to make
is a
things
very
worse.
easy solution. The easiest solution to incels is prostitution legalization. Doi.
Well, I
No,
wonder if
the
Joker-
get
yeah,
laid
maybe-
police.
I don't think
Yeah.
even having them late would actually cure their incelity or whatever it's called.
No.
They might also be upset that the Joker is a straight white male. They didn't make him
Yeah.
gay, or they didn't like race bend him or anything. So they might be upset about that too, because it's not progressive enough.
Yeah.
I think it
You
should
know
have the
what?
Ghostbusters treatment. Let's make the Joker a girl now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, why not? Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what
Sure.
though? On the side note though, it's gone to the point where the U.S. Army has had to issue a warning to theaters about the potential for an incel attack.
What?
Yes, it says the letter reads: "Team posts on social media have made reference to involuntary celibate extremists replicating the 2012 theater shooting at Aurora, Colorado, at beginnings of the Joker movie at nationwide theaters."
But you know what
Okay.
else is like could be like a candidate for an incel attack? Cons, conventions, like any public space that that where geeks and like video game fans or whatever are gonna gather.
Don't give them any ideas. Ugh.
Yeah. No. Bad idea.
Yeah, the thing is though, just because incel has the word "cell" in it doesn't mean they're a terror cell.
I see what you did there. What if we removed the cell from that and just made it an in?
In
So
Yeah,
did you guys see the
incest.
trailer for this? No.
yeah, there used to be a second.
Yeah. I've seen the trailer for this. It's quite an interesting take on the
It
character.
looks like really good, honestly.
I'm definitely gonna watch this in the theater. I don't usually go to theaters, but this is one of the movies where I have to see it like when it shows up in theaters.
I
Okay,
know.
everyone's probably going to hate me for saying this, but I did not like Batman Begins. I like the funny Batman. I like the Tim Burton Batman, where it's just like,
You mean you don't like the Nolan trilogy of Batman?
like I don't want Batman to take himself too seriously because he's got a freaking cape and he's a bat. Like, come on, like when you see a fursuiter, can you take us seriously? Like, I don't believe it. If you're a Batman, you should be funny and fun.
Wait,
He's a billionaire who went crazy in a cave and pretends he's going to save the world.
I like it. That's
I'll-
silly. That's so Tim Burton.
Yeah, the thing is, what wasn't like the like live action TV show from the '60s like that?
Yeah, that was bonkers.
It was perfect, and then they ruined it. Batman Begins. Thanks a lot, Christopher Nolan, making it too serious.
So you like
so
Adam West
serious?
Batman?
Sorry.
So you like the Adam West Batman, the one from the like 60s or 70s?
Yeah, he
The
was
one,
great.
the one with the shark can repellent.
Oh yeah, that I remember that.
The good old days. I'm old. See my gray muzzle? You could see it right here. It's gray and it's muzzly.
Just a little bit.
Boomer furry.
Oh god, I only know very, very, very few boomer furries, and I'm like,
Yeah, we have quite a few in the chat actually.
Isn't
Oh,
Scorcher
boy.
boomer? Isn't Scorcher boomer?
Boomer? Baby boomer?
Yeah.
yeah, it's like 55.
I might be old, but I'm
Yeah,
not dead.
that's a boomer territory. I mean, that's how my mom's old.
Oh, wait, you mean boomer the dog or baby boomer? I don't know what boomer.
No, I mean baby boomer.
No, I'm not senior citizen yet.
Okay,
You might
Scorch is
be
a boomer
cat
confirmed.
years.
He's right past that age. I digress, though.
I mean, in dog
But-
years, I died like twice already. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm probably like 120 in cat years. That's yep.
Yeah, but cats have, cats can just keep dying and reliving, dying and reliving.
Hey, that's a stereotype. We only have 9 of them, okay?
Yeah, you just gotta kill them enough times. Yeah.
God. So what's interesting about the Joker is that it's getting really good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience, but of course the critics are totally downvoting it, as they do with movies of this type of nature.
I have honestly stopped taking Rotten Tomatoes seriously ever since they had Dear White People rated at 100%.
Wow, did they really?
Yeah.
It's all
That's
it's all the critics
messed
that
up.
do that, and
Wait
then
a
the
minute.
audience rate.
Wasn't
Yeah,
there
the
a
audience
time
rate.
where Rotten Tomatoes was suppressing different reviews from the Dave Chappelle thing? Like they tried to
Yeah,
suppress
yeah.
good reviews and then only show the bad ones, and then they closed up the reviews.
Yeah, but you know what? For the Dave Chappelle show, the audience score was so damn high that they can't freaking beat it, even though the critic score was literally near zero.
What was it,
Because they
like
were too soft.
99%? Like it was like really high. And the
Yeah,
critics
like the audience were like, "Yep, Dave Chappelle's awesome," and then they had like 2 or 3 reviews that were like really bad. It's like, that Dave Chappelle's awesome. I don't know why anyone would vote him down.
He makes offensive jokes that hurt my feelings. Oh no. Oh, I can't do it.
That's what makes David Chappelle so good.
You know how
Yeah.
many times a week I sing, "Hate is gonna hate, love is gonna love. I don't even want none of the but I forgot the rest of the words, but it's a really great song.
Nope, he's a transphobe. He's a racist, bigot, Nazi. And how dare you like him? You monster. Yeah. That's the world we live in right now.
Yeah, the thing is, though, these critics, they live on like a different planet, and I don't know what
Really?
planet it is. I think it's planet bullshit.
I want to see it, but I don't want to support like, I don't know, Comcast or anything. I just want to like download it and like, but it's not on the YouTube, so it's like, okay, I guess I'll never see it.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Shame, isn't it, though?
Is
But
it on the Netflix?
you know what,
I
though?
like Netflix.
I think
Yeah.
so.
You know
Yeah,
what movie?
it is. It was a Netflix special. It was.
You know what
Ooh,
movie? You know what movie is
I'm
gonna
on
get
as a Netflix. I'll go
100%?
on that.
You know what movie is gonna get 100%?
What?
Cock movie.
Cuck. Yeah, I heard about that. That would have been like the Joker for more, for
Wait, that's
left
real?
wingers. There was a trailer movie called Cuck, and the funny part was like the movie the movie producer got suspended on Twitter.
What?
Wow. Wow.
And I thought he was basically making, something that left wingers could literally, beat to. It's literally the Joker for left, But yeah, what's funny? To get back to the Joker deal, even the director Todd Phillips had to respond to to what the movie's been causing.
And the director's response was gold.
Yes. I mean, he just basically said, yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, blah blah blah. I really think that there have been a lot of think pieces written by people who probably state they haven't seen the movie and they don't need to. Come on, yeah, come on. If you want to do that, like freaking watch the movie itself. And
Here's a little tip. How about stop fearing about potential mass shootings where on public things, stop fearing the people for no reason, because mass shootings can appear anywhere.
Well, this movie has nothing to do with that. That's the problem. But people are trying to make the connection because of
this is
mental
they're
illness,
like
I
seeing
guess.
deja vu where it doesn't even need to be.
Yeah, it's called a false equivalency.
Right. Exactly.
And you know what though? Just even this has got too much. Like even the actor for the Joker himself, Phoenix, got grilled over, with this movie called Violence, and he said,
God, this is basically the flipping video games causes violence nonsense, but ramped up to 11.
Now wait, the people doing
Yeah.
this, it's the military. Is it the military that's doing this?
Yeah.
No, military
Well-
is just issuing warnings like for people to watch out for incels who potentially mass shoot the movie.
I think have somebody stand outside, going to every, male and asking them, are you single? Are you single?
Are you white?
Are you single?
Do you have a gun?
Oh, God.
Do you browse 4chan?
Oh, I'm browsing it at the moment.
Do you think we live in clown world?
Yes, I do.
Are you a right winger?
Maybe.
That's like imagine asking a question like, "Are you a right winger? Are you a right winger?"
Look,
No, but
I don't want to endorse racism at all, but I don't think we should trust any of the orange ones.
stop it. Stop this nonsense right now.
Colorist!
Fake news. Blasphemy, fake news, lies, and slander. That's what this is. CNN. Anyways, a lot of people are upset, with the whole Joker thing, is because they fear that a lot of upset young white men can relate to him, and they don't want to make that equivalence. Like, that's the main problem. They're saying, well, if they see the Joker as a hero, they might try to, replicate his behavior in real life, and that's one of the criticisms that all these, crazy people that just didn't like the idea of this, that's what they're talking about. So how do you guys feel about that? But do you really think someone who's really that depressed can watch a movie and get inspired to I don't know, shoot up a school or some crazy shit like that? Does that really make sense?
No, it's the braining. The braining is not good. And the problem is if you have some sort of braining problem, you can't really, there's not a way to detect that. So ultimately there's not really any good way to stop the mass shootings. But think of it like this. If everything's a soft target, then it's going to be hard to stop mass shootings. But if everything's a hard target, then it's going to be really, really hard. But it's going to be really, really easy to stop mass shootings. You know what I mean?
How about just everyone wears a gun, and when a mass shooter appears, just someone.
Yeah,
someone
just be just be ready and keep an eye out, right?
Because the thing is, okay, if you were to actually go to a shooting range and then your target started shooting at you, you would stop and you would not go to that shooting range anymore, correct?
No, I'd fucking run away and no.
That's my point. If your targets are shooting at you, you are going to stop shooting. So that's kind of why hard target is better than a soft target. That's just the bottom line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that guy in Texas who decided to shoot up the entire church, then basically got chased down by a couple who had guns,
Right, but the whole whatever that made them tick is a little different though, either way, in the targets. But yeah, ultimately,
just one last little point about this whole crazy movie with the Joker and whatnot. So we know that he does embrace the clown persona,
another movie that's coming out, It Chapter 2, just so happens to be, according to some people, that It is gay. And that he's dating the Babadook monster.
That's
That's what they want to
impossible.
happen. That's what they want to happen. That is what they're talking about. I don't
In
know if
the
you saw this
opening
yet.
scene, he proved that he was homophobic.
Yes, because he killed a gay person. However, there are rumors online that they want to make this canon that It is dating the Babadook and is in fact gay. That is what they're trying to say now. And
Someone get the
LGBT
honker.
alphabet people are not
honk.
very happy about this.
You want to honk? Okay.
Fucking clown world.
There you go.
Yeah, well, exactly. There you go. So, I guess. So, what do they want? Do they want the Joker to be gay too, or do
Yeah.
they just not like? I don't even know. Like, it's hard to like think how these people think. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I think
But-
the sexuality needs to be like connected to the plot a little bit. Like, you know, with Brokeback
It
Mountain,
does.
it was very connected to the plot. It was very important to the plot.
Yeah, but
But
Yes.
like, if you suddenly make Ghostbusters all gay, then it's like, okay,
No.
that's really nice and progressive, but does this serve the plot? I don't
No.
know. I don't know.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's pretty much a time where we just live, where they just pronounce all these platitudes. And on that same note, yeah, I'd like to to push forward. So we do have a couple of live comments though regarding this whole thing. Blue Paw says, I mean, didn't one get influence from the book Catcher in the Rye, like a movie mass shooter?
Oh, he did.
We should ban books. They're
Yes.
dangerous.
We should burn them. Actually, let's burn the books. That's a good idea. No one's ever done that. before.
Hmm.
We all agree. Great. Let's burn the books.
Yes.
That reminds me of another book.
All
Yeah,
books
gee.
and dissenting opinions. Just destroy them all.
Yeah, gee, I wonder that's gonna work really, really well.
Just
But,
ban
No
violent
one's ever
movies.
done that before. You never know.
Nah.
Oh, before we get off the topic of Batman, look at my shirt. See?
Oh, that's epic.
I
Oh,
Catman.
Catman.
get it.
I came to the podcast prepared.
Catman.
Yay! So, with that said, it is time to get to the next item of discussion and the namesake of the show this week, which is Game for the Earth. And you know what's been happening is that a lot of game companies, including some major players, have gotten on the climate change gravy train.
Oh. Oh no.
Xbox
No.
to be the first carbon neutral game console test program.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is,
So-
though, I think this program's probably gonna fail.
This is.
Well,
I mean,
what do
this
they
is.
mean by test program? This is not like this is something that a lot of companies have agreed to do. And if you look at this article, it really is quite extensive and kind of freaking scary if you look into like what they're trying to do.
Right. In the long scheme of things, yes, it is definitely scary. But to get to the nitty gritty of it, though, just to read the first line, like video game companies are rallying together to try to save the planet. And the United Nations Environment Program has announced a new Playing for the Planet Alliance. And so on and so on.
Jesus.
And and Xbox wants to make Microsoft wants to make 825,000 carbon neutral Xboxes. Now, let's stop there
How?
and think about, what exactly is plastic made of to begin with?
Look, I'd be impressed if they made it biodegradable too. I want to take my old Xbox, I want to put it in the backyard, and I want it to make an Xbox tree. That's how you impress me.
That's how you save the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How do you
stuff
even
is
get
made
measured
from
enough?
oil.
That's very. You have some great thinking right there. Like an Xbox that will literally grow.
I want an
it has, like,
Xbox
little-
tree. Yep.
It has like seeds in it, and then it grows like little baby Xboxes, and like the newest games are like the new fruits of every season. That'd be bonkers.
Someone write a letter quickly.
Yes,
give my-
alert the press.
No. We basically run our ideas and and innovate an Xbox that grows and spits out its own babies,
Now look,
etc.,
I think
etc.
that
And then we could have a forest full of Xboxes.
yes,
Why
I
is
think the
everybody
title-
stacked on top of me? You're all so heavy.
Guys,
this reminds
the
me-
title of this article is really misleading because it says the first carbon neutral game console, but
Right.
that's not really what they mean.
And, plastic is literally a chain of hydrogen and carbon molecules in it.
Right, so what the article should be titled is Xbox to be first in promoting climate change alarmist propaganda, along with a collaboration of several other companies.
What are they gonna have Greta's face on Xbox?
Oh god, no, don't even give them that idea.
That's genius.
Don't
Someone
even-
write a letter.
I can't believe that you are ignorant and you want to destroy the world. We're all going to die.
I would like
How
for you to
will kill
find one person, just one person who actually wants to buy their game console, dependent upon how well it's going to save the Earth. Like, I just find one person, and then if you can, I'll be like, oh yeah, sure, that'll help the sales.
Okay, no, but there are some things that I do kind of understand that make sense about what they're trying to do. Okay, so here's the thing. One of them says that they have a low power mode that if you're away from your console for too long and you leave it on, it's going to go into this special mode where it reduces electrical consumption, and I think that makes sense, that's good. It's not going to save the fucking world, but it's definitely going to reduce your electric bill.
So it's like
that's
sleep.
okay.
So it's like sleep on computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda. But then there's other ones.
It's more deeper sleep.
That's,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right. But there's
That's
other
pretty
ones
much,
that
yeah.
get very creepy.
What
They're
the
really
initiatives
cool
too. So let's go
Look
through
at-
the initiatives as well, like you
Oh
said.
god, yeah. Let's go
PlayStation
through
5 low power mode. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
these. Yeah,
Sure.
that I agree with. That's okay. That's good. That's just the technical aspect. It's not zero emissions, or whatever the fuck. That's not happening, but it helps. All right.
Like, are they talking
So,
about the
next-
carbon emissions when you play it or when it's manufactured?
Oh, you'll see.
They have don't
Uh-oh.
go into the technicalities. Oh no, you'll basically crash them. You'll basically tear down the house of cards.
Look
But
at what
anyway, yeah.
Google Stadia.
Google Stadia.
Oh god,
Great,
there will
let's
be
read
a sustainable game development guide for developers to help them implement green nudges into the gameplay. But again, it's unclear what this means. Green nudges? Does that
Wait.
mean that they're secretly showing how global warming is
They're-
destroying the world in their
They're
games?
they're gonna show you Greta's face like for a split second, like you're gonna see Greta's face angry at you.
Hey, why are you interrupting my gameplay, you stupid thought?
No, but guys, this is kind of serious though. Think about the propaganda that these game developers are actually trying to implement. This is kind of scary.
But it'll say
The thing is, though,
the color
it's-
green, and everyone knows green is very environmental.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
is creepy. Okay, Creative Mobile, their game Zoocraft will transition into becoming a conservation-focused game. I don't know what it was before that, but now it's focused on conservationalism? Why are games trying to get political? I thought they were supposed to just be about, having fun. What's up with these creepy, subliminal messages trying to brainwash
Right.
people?
Let's keep more initiatives though. WildWorks,
Yeah.
Animal Jam. The studio will integrate restoration elements into games. I mean, they'll plant trees around the world. Okay, yeah, good.
They will
Cool,
also
good beans.
wait. They will also plant trees around. Does that mean that? Wait, who's gonna plant trees around the world?
WildWorks, the makers of Animal Jam. I mean, cool if you do that. Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
But the whole integrate restoration
Right,
elements in their games.
Uh-oh.
This
I'm
is
trying-
creepy.
I'm trying to remember which game actually has pollution global warming setting.
Fallout.
No, that's more
No,
of
that's
a
nuclear
nuclear
weapons.
nuclear weapon.
Yeah, the thing is, though, we're gonna have of course, the Google would be the one which would be pushing the subliminal messages.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Look at what Twitch says. Twitch says the company says it will use their streaming service to spread this message about climate change to the global gaming community. Bro, why? Why are you? Why? That has
Because it's
nothing to
called
do with gaming.
virtue signaling.
It's called brainwashing. This is oh no.
It's
this is
it's
not
what
cool.
it's what corporations do to make like how when June starts and the gay Pride Month starts and everyone switches to the Pride logo.
Yeah,
That's called virtue
yeah,
signaling.
yeah.
That's basically the same thing they're doing it right here. It's
Yeah,
basically
but
just
that's only 1 month though. This is never gonna end because global warming is just gonna happen forever.
it's like a trend that's probably gonna fade away.
You know,
Yeah, it's
I
gonna
mean,
fizzle out.
yeah. Well, by the time they do that,
Well,
all their eco
what's
icons will be
gonna
gone.
happen is that there's probably gonna be like a new theory or like a new evidence to suggest that that the thing is that they're trying to say that man is the main cause of climate change, but these are people who barely understand how climate works.
Okay, but the thing is, it's not just the media anymore, and it's not just like the mainstream news and movies. Now it's video game companies that
Yeah.
I'm sure the main consoles are trying to coerce the developers to put in little secret messages about how the climate is going to kill everyone.
Uh-huh. But and it's not just them though. Now, the next part of it is that it's not just Microsoft is doing the wrong thing. Now, Sony's PlayStation is joining forces with the United Nations as well.
Soy.
Soiny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed it. My head fell off. I lost my head. But then I put my head back on, so I'm good, guys. Surgery.
I actually didn't notice that.
I just saw you turn off your webcam and that.
Hey,
You saved the magic.
Hey, Jolt, are you gonna highlight any comments made?
I think there is a couple of them here and there. Inu says, it's time to soy up all the video game consoles. Vegan gaming. Yay!
Yes, vegan.
Vegan gaming. Basically, imagine like in RuneScape, instead of like having meat, you have to eat grass. And like
Trying to do.
if you try to eat
yeah.
meat, it will the character will just go spit
Well,
it
same
out.
deal as well. Like, what if... Yeah. What is it?
No, go ahead.
It's like same deal as well. If you tried to fish as well in that game, for example. Oh.
Damn, Cord, what are you doing?
I could see everybody. Oh my gosh, you're naked.
Ah!
Put on some clothes. Just kidding.
Dude, that's creepy.
Gosh, it's like we're living in the Twilight Zone.
Dude, you can say that again.
I don't know what timeline we live in, but shit's getting bonkers and more bonkers every day.
And you know what?
Are they going to promote global warming in furry conventions as well?
No, don't even say that. Don't say that, because they will. I also would prefer it if Anthrocon was a little bit cooler during the parade. I'm just saying, but
Have
Yeah,
any of you guys
that
heard that song, "The Earth"? It's really funny. They're talking about climate change, and then Justin Bieber talks about his butt.
I heard that song for the first time yesterday.
We are the Earth. We hired Justin Bieber to say something about his asshole.
I like the part where there's the guy who says I'm a wolf and then he goes a woo, and I'm just like, oh, I could relate to that.
Wow, that was dumb.
That's some furry trash shit. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
For my next, the problem is the whole video didn't have any cats, so that's the one thing I didn't like about the Earth.
Oh, yeah, fuck the Earth. Yeah, bring on
Because he's got no
global warming.
cats, right?
Yeah, more kitty cats. I mean, they did have the lion who was eating that one singer, and that was nice, but house cats, come on. We rule
Go to
the
Mars,
Earth.
dude. My dude, go to Mars.
There's nothing up there, just a bunch of dirt and bacteria.
Start a cat-only colony in Mars.
No, you do that. We're gonna keep Earth. We like it here. We already rule it. You rule your other Venus or whatever.
Also, to save the Earth, you must eat dirt and worms and stuff.
And bugs.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, I kind of want to talk to like one of the developers, or like the CEO of like Sony or Microsoft or something. Well, I guess that would be Bill Gates, right? Never mind. But
Look, like, yeah,
I
Xbox
feel like-
CEO.
Bill Gates isn't the CEO anymore.
all right, but Sony is in cahoots with the UN. That's kind of weird.
And
Like-
you know what, though? I definitely worry about the kind of games that people are going to be pumping out now if they're going to go more the green direction.
Yeah, right? Like, with all these secret little messages about how we're all gonna die if we don't stop driving our cars or eating steak. Like, that's... Nah, man.
That's nothing
Or,
to be
you
like
know-
worried about. Like, the thing is, we have something called like the market. You know what I mean? That'll determine who wins and loses, right?
Yeah, the
You
thing
would
is
think.
though, the thing is though, it's like if they make it obnoxious, people won't buy the game.
Yeah, that is true.
And then they'll blame it on climate change denialists. And you
No, they'll
evil,
blame
terrible
they'll blame it.
racists.
No, they'll blame it on white cis males.
They'll blame it on Trump.
White cis straight males, and they'll blame it on Trump. And
Yeah.
they'll blame it because white cis straight males are majority in gaming, and there's like all that stuff.
And also Orange Man bad, because,
Yeah.
it's his fault too.
Just to add in, this is just like I remember when video games just weren't political.
Yeah, but now this is the flavor of the year, and that's just no.
I like
Drinking
to
the
play
Kool-Aid.
Cookie Clicker. The way you win it is you click on the cookie. It's a vegan game.
You remember those PETA games, like
Super
Like the
Tofu
stuff that-
Boy.
yeah, like Stuff the Turkey game and stuff. Where
Hey guys, here's another live comment.
Okay.
Amy says, "Can you imagine a new Star Fox game where the airplanes and the spaceships are banned because of the global warming that the burnt fuel causes in a game?"
Yeah, right?
Dude,
Sorry, you can't ride this plane because it's too environmentally unfriendly.
yes, spaceship fuel, yada yada yada. Insert this meme.
And you have to start. You have to eat members of the crew because cannibalism is environmentally friendly.
Oh, that's right. But no, what if the animals are, what do they contain? ... There's a conundrum. Remember? But, it's not gonna happen though. Remember? It's Nintendo.
Just when I thought video games couldn't get any more woke, they actually pull this kind of shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, remember the 19 pride flags from Gears 5?
Yeah.
And now it's gonna be Gears 6 is instead of this is gonna be like you draw a gun, but then it says, oh wait, that gun is environmentally unfriendly. Here, have this like bubble gun thing.
Look, I mean, if you have any game with killing, what that's doing is it's encouraging us to have less of a carbon footprint, because when you stop breathing, you stop expelling carbon dioxide, right?
Yes, more guns.
So the more killing you have in a game, the more environmentally friendly it is, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yep.
Go figure.
Oh shit! I just remembered. RuneScape has cutting trees down.
Uh-oh, that skill is gone.
Uh-oh.
And environmentally friendly.
Can't have that anymore. Nope.
No, it's okay. We could use them to make pamphlets talking about how we should save the Earth. It's all good, guys. We got this all figured out.
Just imagine, just imagine you try to swing an axe at a tree and it says, this action is environmentally unfriendly. Please choose some environmentally friendly action, like crafting.
Yeah. -5 experience points because you tried to chop down a tree.
But yeah,
I mean, that might be the direction that games are going now, and that's kind of scary.
I'm going to chop down all the trees in the forest so I could make a bunch of protest signs protesting deforestation.
Watch.
Good idea, right, guys?
I bet
yeah,
some
it's
like
totally clever.
indie game developer is gonna make like Logger Simulator 2010.
Lumberjack Simulator.
Yeah, Lumberjack Simulator. And then it's gonna get banned because it, oh god, how dare you! It was made by this evil conservative who hates the environment or some shit like that.
Guys, we should just stop cutting trees. Paper is banned now because it's cutting trees and that's environmentally unfriendly.
God.
Well,
No, but what are we gonna write with? Look.
But what am I going to write the notes that I'm not sending to my grandma on?
Well, you're gonna do it the
Oh.
same way the cavemen did it, like with the hammer and chisel and a stone tablet.
Yeah, rocks.
Kind of like Flintstones did.
I'm all for drawing on something that I could throw at a dog.
Ow!
Ah.
Whoa there! That is speciesism.
Speaking of dogs, though, I think this is time we wrapped up this segment of Avira. There's a segment that you'd like to cover, though, because this is an item of interest.
Oh, yes. Yes, there is. So, you guys, okay, think about what is one of the most common names for a dog you could think of?
Bobby.
Spot?
Cody.
Spot?
Whatever.
Go.
Spot, right? Spot is pretty damn common. My uncle
Right.
has a dog named Spot, and it's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go be sideways for a second.
Why are you sitting on my head? You're also
I'm
heavy.
not. It's fine. All right, so Spot is the latest creation created by Boston Dynamics Robotics. This thing is, I mean, look at this thing go.
Oh,
This is one of the most advanced robots to date. This just came out September 25th, 2019. Now, it's very similar to what the military uses, the U.S. military, to transport combat equipment in the desert. But now, this is a smaller version, which is much more intelligent and much more dynamic. Hence, Boston Dynamics. Oh, get it? But yeah, so basically, they see this thing being used in construction, rescue operations, and pretty much everyday tasks. It's about 3 feet tall, pretty much the size of a dog. And its motion is the most fluid of any modern robot. It can also carry cinder blocks, by the way. Now, something interesting about this robot is it's modular. So their intention is to sell this thing to companies that could create their own like mods to add to this robot that can help in their own company needs. For instance, like a construction company could attach drills, hammers, measuring devices, things like that to this creation. So it operates for about 90 minutes. It has replaceable batteries, can walk about walking speed, and can traverse any terrain. Uphill. If it falls over, it could get itself back up. This thing is very, very advanced. And this is what Boston Dynamics, the robotics company, just released.
Are those the same people who kicked and shot the robots? Like everyone said that the poor robots and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were doing that to test how their robots respond to
very fast stimulation. Like if you encounter a robot, like if it falls over, it can get itself back up, or if it drops something, it could pick it up again. So they were like testing it. But like this spot thing, it looks really creepy. And there's been a lot of there's been a lot of feedback about this. A lot of people have some very conflicted opinions about it. It's not necessarily the uncanny valley like we've seen with other human-like robots. This is more of a motion type of thing because it does look very fluid, and yet it does have some rigid moments where it just doesn't look quite right. It's hard to explain.
I mean, that's just human fear.
You know what? Here's the thing. You want to take advantage of that fear. Sell this to the military, because I don't know about you, but I want robot dogs to destroy terrorism.
Well, like I said before, they have this already. Well, they have something like it. Only it's much bigger. It's about 5 feet tall, or maybe 4 feet tall, but it's like a lot. It's like this thing times 3.
But
basically.
does it have a machine gun on its back?
I don't think so. I hope not.
Well, I mean,
Good luck.
apparently they say you have 2 slots for payloads with a 14-kilogram weight limit.
Guys, we're missing a good opportunity to destroy terrorism. Robot dogs, and hey, send the real ones anyway. I don't care.
Hey,
Yeah, we're also missing a great opportunity to, like, did you ever hear of Skynet? Like, that thing?
Yeah? Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
This is like the beginning stages of that.
Or RoboCop. That's the beginning scene of that.
Apparently, I got like booted off the website for some reason.
Say what?
Oh, that's weird.
It wasn't me, I swear.
It was the robots.
It was me.
It was Skynet.
It was Skynet. No, but
Why
like,
is everything that they invent, like every robot thing, has to like say, "Oh, the Skynet's gonna conquer us" or something?
I guess it's
This is
'cause
what
it's-
happens when you let humans take their hands off and, the robots basically, are in full control.
I
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah, you can
think-
just turn them off.
I mean, robots are already in full control, or some of the things.
Assume and direct control.
Well,
Yeah, like
this
car
one
factories.
is semi-autonomous. Like you can control it, but if you just like let it go, like move forward, it has like its own sensors where it can like figure out its environment, and like if it falls or if it encounters an obstacle, it can like overcome it without a human intervening. So that's some next level type of stuff.
And the most important thing is it doesn't run after cats either. I'd say this is the perfect dog right here.
I think I'm a pretty good dog. Hashtag good boy.
No, you'd be better as a robot dog, I'd say. Yep.
Bark, bark.
This kind of reminds me of that episode from Courage the Cowardly Dog, when he was replaced by a robot dog.
Yes, I remember that. Ho 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 ho! My dog better than you, dog. He's like that Asian guy.
Yeah.
Why you know me, dog? I been that much better. Oh, that's fucking racist. but yeah, like that's kind of true. Because like, damn, that was a good episode too. I felt so bad for Courage, but at the end of the day though, Courage did power through.
Yeah, he did beat the dog. It's how
no.
the dog was basically pounding him all this time, and then basically ran out of batteries.
Yeah, and then it like exploded.
Speaking of batteries and so on, what are we gonna feed the robot dog?
Oh, well,
Robot cats. Just kidding. Robot dog food, obviously.
Oh
Next
yeah,
question.
nuts and bolts. Oh, maybe not nuts. Never mind. Nuts and bolts. Yeah, and screws, and maybe some washers and springs.
Oh, so it's like the dog off Jimmy Neutron then.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, what was his name? Goddard.
Yes, that's the
Oh
one.
yeah, I remember Goddard. Bark, bark. I love when he played dead. He just exploded.
Yeah, and just reassembled himself.
Yeah. I don't think the Boston Dynamics dog can do that yet.
Not yet, though.
Not yet.
Not yet. But you know, there's always, I mean, bit
Yeah,
of hope.
there's, it's talking about robotic dogs. Did you know that, like, you know, in like one of the original drafts of Halo 5, Master Chief wasn't going to actually have a companion similar to that. Boston Dynamics, like, you know, dog.
Oh no,
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
know that.
To be honest, that would have been more interesting than the Halo 5 we got, which was, to be honest, awful.
Oh, but
Oh, God.
dude, it would have been, you know, a great big step if Halo basically, you know, pioneered that and, you know, make a bit more change.
Yeah, it's like the dog was actually going to carry stuff for you, like, you know, like weapons and, like, you know, ammunition.
Oh,
They kind of already have this, like I said, in the United States military. Like there is, I forgot what it's called. I should have researched it.
It's called Big Dog.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So
called
it
dog,
kind of looks
like-
like that, but it's like bigger.
It's called Dog, like the dog from Half-Life.
Hey, so should we have another glance at the live comments?
okay, sure.
But you should also look at the dead ones too. You don't want to neglect them.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what, the dead comment? Oh god.
The dead
Amy
comment
said-
says, "Robot brains."
And he says, "There's nothing good that can come of these dogs."
Ooh.
Is there anyone else commenting?
Okay, pass for the crowd. Fucking robot dogs are going to murder us all and be stuck with the shitty climate change we created.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
okay.
will. Once we destroy the planet, the robo-doggos will rule the world. Clearly.
That's precisely what the next comment I was going to segue into, because
Oh.
it also says, this was in an episode of Black Mirror. I kid you not, they took over and killed the humans.
What?
Oh God, another.
Okay, like, real talk though, what actually is Black Mirror? Because I've heard a lot about this. And it sounds like the Twilight Zone, kinda.
You know, a super duper, you know, science fiction-y sort of dealio. I don't know. Not
Yeah,
that I've watched it, but
It is basically the Twilight Zone.
Okay.
It's nothing new or interesting.
Oh, well.
I mean, it just does goes to show you, though. Robot dogs can and will rule the world.
But you know what I was thinking of when I saw the video of, you know, which we played earlier, of this thing actually walking around in, like, the environment? You know what it kind of reminded me of? That movie, I Am Robot? No, or... Right? Or I, Robot, I think it was?
Yeah, it was used
one with Will
iRobot.
Smith. Oh, one with
Right.
Will Smith.
So it was basically like the near future. I believe it was filmed, or it was supposed to take place in like 2035, I think. And it showed robots interacting with humans, you know, like just on a daily level, on an everyday basis, taking the jobs that humans didn't want. Like there was some garbage disposal robots or whatever. And it kind of looked like this was the beginning stages of that. Because they showed it at a convention. No, a construction zone, not a convention, at a construction zone, but it could also do other things too. I'm like, can you imagine in a couple years, like just working at a construction site and then having these things walking around, like moving bricks and shit?
Yeah, the thing is, you could actually use them for transport.
Yeah, I know, but you can also use people for that, and that's another thing I wanted to get into real quick. So, at my store that I work at, you know, it's a grocery store. We had a grand reopening last week, but you know what we got? We got a
What?
robot. It's called Marty. This thing is about 5 feet tall. It's on wheels, and it basically has like a face and eyes and stuff. So it drives around the store, like it goes up and down the aisles, and it looks for messes. You know, anything that's like on the floor, and then it calls up customer service and says, you know, like, oh, clean up on aisle 4 or whatever. So all of the grocery stores, in the company chain that I work for, they all have this robot now. And it's kind of scary because we used to have a guy named Jacques who was like this black French Haitian guy, and that used to be his job. He was our janitor. He used to walk around, every aisle and check to make sure that nobody spilled anything or there was nothing in the way. But now we have a robot, like literally a freaking robot that drives around the whole store, and it replaced him.
It's no problem. He's just driving the truck now.
That reminds me of the time when remember the time when millennials were asking for was like $14 an hour minimum wage for
And yeah,
McDonald's.
look at them.
And then McDonald's just simply said, "Oh, okay, then we're replacing you with robots."
Yeah.
The robots are better. This is the truth. They actually get my freaking order right. Extra catnip.
Okay, well, yeah, technically you're right. But imagine if it was you. Like, you're 17 years old, still in high school, and you want to get your first job. You go to McDonald's, and they're like, nope, beep, boop. Sorry, we have robots now. It's like, well, crap.
It's okay. I wouldn't want to work at McDonald's because I have something called dignity.
Ouch. Oof. Ooh.
Oof.
My dude, remember, in that situation, like if you're a 17-year-old teenager looking for your first job, yeah, well,
You know what?
Yeah.
I got some bad news. I'm going to replace all of you with robot furries now. They're going to do the podcast. Sorry, you're all fired.
no robot will replace my voice.
Aw. But yeah.
My dog better. My dog better.
Hey, we were able to replace Jordan Peterson's voice. We could do yours next.
Oh, God. Oh, that was creepy. No, I don't like that. Stop it.
Bitch.
But okay, honestly though, I don't think I would want to work at McDonald's either because, it's McDonald's. I'm just saying, I kind of agree.
What do you have
with
against
here.
McDonald's?
It's literally, you know what? Nothing.
They're
Nothing.
killing America.
I love
They're
McDonald's.
making people
It's
fat.
great.
They're making people fat.
It's what the internet lords would call Amerifats.
Would you like to supersize that heart attack or that diabetes?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I would love to do that. Amazing. But yeah, I would never want to work for McDonald's. That was like the one job I would never want to do ever in my life. But you know what? I don't think I even can anymore. Because
You passed that.
So-
Look, you passed that point.
oh no, it's not even about age or anything. It's all the McDonald's in my area. They're all run by like illegal immigrants. I swear
So-
they barely speak English.
So, are you saying you would rather work as a garbage man instead of working at
Yes.
McDonald's?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I
would.
mean,
Yes.
it's quite lucrative if you want to do the jobs that nobody would do. So hey, one closed door is another man's open door. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up this week's news and so forth.
Yeah, guys, I have to go walk my robotic dog in a little bit. So
Work with a robotic dog.
yeah, he's gonna go shit oil. So gotta go clean it up.
All right, yeah. So, what do you guys think of this week in the news feed and so forth? Because goodness me,
It's been a woke week.
I mean, this week was full of nothing more than climate politics.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing about Greta? She looks like one of those kids, like from those horror movies, like that are possessed by like a demon. Like those twins from The Shining. She kind of
Oh,
reminds me of that.
Oh, like that girl from Exorcism.
Yeah. Or like Samara, like this soulless being that is like that's the way she talks, like how creepy she looks. I mean, bruh, like she's 16, but she looks 12, and she sounds like she's 50. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Like it's disturbing. She's not human.
She's
like how-
preparing for her presidential run in 2099.
I like
How dare you?
I like how Trump basically ignored her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that was that though. So you guys got any one at a time though? You guys have any closing statements?
Yes, cats roll, dogs drool. And then
Yeah, well, they're not
robot
making robotic cats. So, Avirus got you there.
Ooh.
Arf, arf.
robot cats will rule, and we will take over.
Yeah, but robot doggos already exist. One up there.
Alright, who's next? Anyone else got another closing statement?
I guess I'll just say I hope you guys had a super awesome night, and I can't wait to see you next time.
And a great
Indeed.
weekend.
It has. I'm looking forward to that too. And just to round things off, as always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and we'll consider more platforms later on, so you'll have no shortage of where to find them. And our YouTube is always here, should you need us. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.